Welcome back. Now, if you're a fan of Bruce Willis or the Die Hard films, or you enjoyed the first game in the Die Hard Trilogy series, you may think to rush out and buy the newest installment for the game. But we suggest you wait until you see our review. Considering all the excitement inherent in the Bruce Willis-driven Die Hard movies, it's no wonder that licensing monster Fox Interactive will be looking to cash in a second time with their latest endeavor, Die Hard Trilogy 2. Like the original Die Hard Trilogy, number 2 scatters its energies combining 3 different types of games into one, with varying degrees of success. Familiar enough are the third-person levels, where players pilot John McClane through various objective-based missions. Similarly, the gun game levels, where players are invited to use an optional light gun peripheral to blast their way through the overwhelming odds, retains a likable enough charm. But the driving levels, where players are asked to drive around ramming pesky terrorists, for example, fall somewhat short in the thrills department. Differing from its predecessor, however, Die Hard Trilogy 2 lets players sample the 3 different types of gameplay individually with a new arcade mode, or lets you experience them in their linear progression with the movie mode.
Yippee-ki-yay!
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 In all, light gun owners may want to give it a whirl, but Die Hard Trilogy 2 may perhaps prove a better rental than a purchase. VideoGames.com's Joe Fielder gives it a 6.3 out of 10. Now, if you haven't tried out the original Die Hard Trilogy, I highly recommend it. It might be a little dated by today's standards, but it definitely is an exceptional game and a classic. Now, Messiah is one of those games that always seems to be about to be released, but it looks like developer Shiny is actually on the verge of giving us its finished product. And here's a look. The idea behind Messiah is an inventive one. You play a cherub named Bob who's been sent to a despairing post-apocalyptic world to prevent the arrival of something really bad. While Bob himself is not the most sturdy of warriors, he does have the capability to possess any character you encounter in the game. While not limitless, this gameplay device opens up many options in the game. You need to take into account who Bob is possessing and how welcome they will be in certain environments. So sometimes characters should be chosen for their stealth benefits, and other times you just want the burliest gun toter and open fire on everything. The game uses a new engine called the Real-Time Deformation and Tessellation Engine, which will measure a computer's processor capabilities at the beginning of each level, and then reduce or increase polygon counts in visible characters to maintain a constant frame rate in the game. With the amount of hype following the game for its 2.5 years, developer Shiny has a lot to prove, but it looks like we can all find out if it is the second coming very soon.
Hey there, little fella.
Now, the quirky sense of humor in the game definitely seems to have come from the minds that made their most famous title, Earthworm Jim. Now, it always seems that when you turn around, there's another wrestling game on the shelves. WWF, WCW, ECW. Well, if you're only planning on buying one wrestling game this year, this is the game for you. Wrestling shows are some of the highest-rated programs on television today. Game company THQ is looking to parlay some of that popularity into the video game arena with their latest endeavor, WWF SmackDown. Many of your favorite wrestlers are represented: Mankind, Triple H, Chyna, and The Rock, to name a few. But game players will also have a chance to create a wrestler, and it's significant to note that hidden wrestlers uncovered in the season mode will show up as usable parts in the assembly. Once in the ring, SmackDown allows for all the familiar showdowns: Exhibition, King of the Ring, 3- and 4-way tangling, and a lengthy season option, which may be one of the best career modes ever in a wrestling game. Add to this mix a couple of pin anywhere matches, which encourages wrestlers to get the job done in a variety of out-of-the-ring locations, plus an opportunity to referee, and you have more choices available than Mankind has headlocks. Setting THQ's new title apart from the other previous wrestling game ventures is SmackDown's noticeably speedier gameplay. The improved reaction times lend urgency to the proceedings that other titles have been unable to encompass. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. The rock-solid gameplay, fast animations, and attention to details makes THQ's WWF SmackDown a worthy contender for the Game Belt in 2000. Nicely done. Videogames.com's Jeff Gertzman gives SmackDown for the PlayStation an 8.7 out of 10.
Well, if you don't agree with our WWF SmackDown review, then slam a message on the Gamespot TV message board at the Gamespot TV website. And while you're there, check out our preview of Messiah and a review of Die Hard Trilogy again in streaming video.
Coming up on Gamespot TV, we have more from behind the scenes at the Game Developers Conference, including Microsoft's mysteriously shrouded new gaming machine, the Xbox.